Hello and welcome to my channel. I'm King POSH and I rarely show you guys my race tunes, but here we go. This is my King's Grip racer for this 94 Mazda Miata MX-5. Here is my share code for this car just to get it and go. But I forewarn you, the thing's got 1270 horsepower. It's rear-wheel drive and I believe it's on it's on street tires. So you know this thing will spin some tires, especially when that turbo kicks in. Once that boost kicks in, you better let off the throttle because you're probably not going to survive. All right, just going to say. And I'm pretty sure that this thing's probably more powerful than the Lamborghini Mazda Miata you probably have been seeing online lately that has the turbochargers as the headlights. I'm pretty sure this is more powerful than that thing. And yeah, but at least this one runs, and that one, from what I last heard, is it doesn't. So there's that. Let's get into this thing. I'm going to take it right outside to show you guys what this thing's like. I used it for the Forzathon for this week, and I passed the the Forzathon with this car. You have to use an A-class car and do a race with it. And I did it with 1270 horsepower. So, yeah, it definitely gets up and goes. I did change the gearing a little bit to make it a little easier for you. So, you just got to, feather it off the line, but you'll be all right, But it turns really good. It's got, full downforce for both the front and the rear, So, I mean, it does handle very well. You just got to be, easy with the throttle a little bit. But it is what it is. I wanted to make something that was just extremely powerful for A-class. And this is definitely it. I am just taking my time with this thing, with the throttle here. You can go with second gear and floor it right here. But once that boost kicks in, you kind of got to watch yourself. But, why not go big or go home, right? So I wanted over 1200 horsepower rear-wheel drive on this thing, and it is absolutely a beast. And I absolutely love it. And I was like, you know what? I'll share it with everybody else because it's fun to drive. But here we're already in fourth gear. Now this thing can haul now, And there's the power right there. I mean, it's putting it down. All right. It is just fantastic. I love this thing. And yeah, it handles really well. Yeah, it might kick sideways with you. You just let off the throttle and you just, floor it again, So yeah, it handles very well for, all that power. A-class, Very fast. But yeah, so moving on, let's take her back in. Let me show you guys how I built this thing and tuned it. I'm sure you want to know how I tuned it as well. But, of course we know what we have in it. We have the Racing 3.0 liter giving you all that power. Alright? Just stock drivetrain, rear-wheel drive. And it has the wide body kit. That really helps you with the power, keeping it in the A800 range. Alright, like I said, it does have, downforce in the front and downforce in the rear. Alright, I gave it this cool bumper. It looks good on there. And then I gave it that hood on there. Really looks really nice. Looks very, sporty with that. Like I said, it does have a street tire compound. Anything higher, of course, you're going to go way into the S1 range if you go with anything else. But hey, at least you can get some street tire. You can get 30% more grip than running just, stock tire compounds. So that's kind of nice. Just got stock width in the front and 285s in the rear. So at least you have some, grip back there handling all that power. I am running my favorite rims on here, the Wed Sport TC 105Ns. I use this for my drift cars. Alright, it's light, it's carbon fiber. We just got 14s in the front and 14s in the rear. All right, we got race clutch in there. We have a race transmission. It's just a 6-speed, not a 10-speed. All right, you can put a 10-speed in there if you want, but I think you want longer gears in this car, just so you're not spinning the back tires as much. So there's that. You got a race drive line that's carbon fiber, and you have an off-road differential on there. I think that seems to work, but it really doesn't matter what differential you really put onto this thing. I think they're all just the same. Once you start tuning it yourself, it's all the same to me. Either way. Brakes, we do have race brakes on here, which is nice, so you can actually stop this car having all that power. Alright. You do have rally springs and dampeners on here. I mean, you could have, these are what you have. You could put race on there if you wanted to. But I have rally on there, just so you can take this thing off-road if you want to. You got the ground clearance. That's what I did for you. All right, and I also feel like it does a little bit better when the car is actually raised up higher than being slammed to the ground. Anyways, you got anti-roll bars, race for the front and rear, so that's all there. No roll cage, that's kind of nice. And plus, I mean, you'd be going to the S-Class range anyways, even if you put it in there. It's just a stock weight reduction. That's what happens when you have the Rocket Bunny kit on there. Kind of need it if you want to keep it in that A-Class A800 range for the Forzathon itself. Yeah, if you follow this build here, you're going to have a great A800 car for the Forzathon challenge. It's just got the race turbo, doesn't need the anti-lag. Not everybody wants to hear that pop, pop, pop all the time. And it seems to be just fine without it. So there's that. Okay, the tune here is 1515, just to give you some extra grip, having that it has so much power in such a small car. Here is the gearing. As you can tell, it does slightly go off the chart, but it is what it is. I gave it a great top speed of 234 plus miles per hour. Alright, here is the alignment. It's a pretty simple alignment. It's pretty much what I use. These are pretty much what I use too for the toe. I've noticed I turn a lot harder if I do this to the front toe when I'm at speed. So that's why I run it that way. Alright, anti-roll bars are just maxed out, 65, 65, didn't really matter on that one. Springs, I went with 300 and 250. Really give that back end a little loose there. Ride height, like I said, I go maxed out on most of my race cars. I feel like they handle a lot better when they're higher off the ground, especially when you're hitting curbs in like the towns and everything. You don't want to hit those with a low car. All right, you're going to have some issues. When you have a higher vehicle, you just fly right over them. So that's why I do it. Dampening is 6464. I got this from playing Forza Motorsport 8 in the last couple of days. This is where this is coming from. It makes the car really turn well. It gets the back end to just sink and just dig into the turns a little harder. I learned it from playing Forza Motorsport Racing. So I put it on this one, and it seems to work great. Downforce, I decided just to max it all out. I mean, why not? And it seems to stick to the road like glue, and it still gives you a great top speed. Alright, look at that. It's still maxed out, and I'm still going over 230 miles an hour. You can't beat that. For an A-Class, absolutely not. It's wonderful. Braking, I made sure you can stop this thing. Alright, so you got 200% pressure there, so you know this thing stops. Alright, so whenever you're in a pickle, hit the brakes. You'll be okay. Alright, and then differential, I use this for my rear-wheel drive drift cars as well. I also believe that this makes my cars turn harder at lower speeds is what I'm looking for. At lower sharp corners, this is where this comes into play, and then everything else works out the long turns and so on and so forth. And that is my tune for the Mazda Miata. But this is basically what I throw on 99% of my race cars. So, and it works. It gets the job done enough. On my end, all right. I'm not saying that these are podium cars, podium tunes for sure. Well, I've hit podium with them. But I'm more of a drift tuner, so I don't expect you to be like, oh hey, Posh, can you tune me a race car for this? I'm like, no, I'm not. That's not going to happen. All right, I decided I would be nice to just show you guys one of my, basically what I use. All right, you can just basically take that tune, slap it on any single car you want, and might have to adjust, and you'll have to adjust your gearing, of course, for your own liking. But you're gonna have a solid, setup, and you're gonna be set to go. All right, you just gotta baby this thing, like I said. But yeah, once that boost kicks in, you gotta watch out because it will, it will start to, kick out right there. So yeah, be easy with her, and she'll be easy with you. But yeah, it really does handle well. Just don't get on the throttle when you're going around the turns, and you should be okay. You might be able to do it when you're in like 5th, 6th gear going, super fast. You might be able to do it. But yeah, if you push it, you're gonna fly off the track. It's gonna happen. All right. Now here I'm just babying this thing, taking my time with it. It's running around 900 horsepower right there, so I'm just babying it. Don't need the whole 1200 like right there. I can just, goose it, bring it up there. Brakes work great though. Cannot complain about the brakes. I came over here for the picture, but I haven't even been on the actual track. I saw people were on it. I was like, oh, that's cool. That was about it. I came in, got my picture with the H symbol, and it was easy to find, and yeah. So I can take you to that H symbol when you need to get that picture and everything. You're like, oh, where's the H? It's not the H's that are right up there. You can see those H's right there. It's right here. This right here is where you get that, that picture for the festival playlist. This one right here, the big H. You take that German car at the H there. It's right there. It's pretty simple to find. So if you ever wanted to know where it was, yeah, you take your German car, get a picture there. I took a BMW, got it done, and then I had enough for the Porsche. And the Porsche is tuned for both all-wheel drive and rear-wheel drive, so I will be making videos of that tonight after I'm done with this thing. Man, this thing's wild. Really tight track, though. They could have made the turn a little bit longer, not as tight. But it is what it is. I'm still able to go around it at 100 miles an hour without, spinning out. And I can get on it again. Yeah. Get on it. Can we drift it? Oh yeah, we can. Yeah. So not only is it a great race car, it's a great drift car as well. It does whatever you need it to do. And you can go off-road with it because it's also got high ground clearance. So there's that as well. We didn't take it off-road, but I'm sure it's fine. Why don't we just do that real quick? There, we took it off-road. Done. Now, probably could just go with the higher gears. Plenty of speed to go. You just gotta fight with it. You gotta fight it a little bit. To take it off road. But look at that, great ground clearance. We're not bottom out. We're hitting fences. That was hitting fences. That's a bridge. Beautiful. Look at that. Beautiful landings. And a tree. It hits trees like normal. This is the only tree out here, isn't there? Yep. That's my typical life. There could be a wide open field and one single tree in the very middle, and I guarantee I'll hit that tree every single time. It is what it is. This thing's not too bad. I mean, I'm on it. I'm just watching myself. You know, you turn the wheel the way you want to go. You know, you do a little bit of drifting off-road, but you'll be alright. It'll straighten up eventually. Here, I'm not even touching the anything. I'm just letting it go. There we go. Alright. Gain control again. Let it off. Oh, yeah. I mean, look. All that power you're using here. You know, rear-wheel drive, off-road, what do you expect? But you can do it. You can do it with this tune. So, I hope you guys enjoy this one. Well, hey guys. Thanks for watching. I enjoy making these tunes for you. If you enjoy watching these and learning something, definitely hit that like button. Help this channel grow. But hey, until next time, stay speedy, my friends.